Since February, Malachi Love-Robinson has been facing charges of practicing medicine without a license and stealing almost $40,000 from an elderly patient. 2 weeks ago, prosecutors tacked on new charges, claiming he'd stolen another $40 grand from a psychologist who employed the teen as her program director. How did he get the approximately $70,000 a year job? She tells me exclusively how he fooled her into thinking he was a real doctor, while she claims he was allegedly stealing from her the whole time. 5 months after 17-year-old Malachi Love-Robinson was detained by police for posing as an OB/GYN at St. Mary's Medical Center, and months before he was arrested for practicing medicine at his own clinic, the teen got a real job as program director at New Directions Drug and Alcohol Rehab in Boynton Beach. The 18-year-old who called himself Dr. Love was soon posing for the website and making an impressive salary for someone who won't even say whether he ever graduated from high school.
Probably was making, I would say between 60 to 70, I would say, for his level. I mean, if we believe he's a doctor, we're not going to give him $30,000.
Love-Robinson now making about $70,000 a year and participating in discussions about patients' treatments.
He was in every executive meeting, every clinical meeting, because he came in and said he was an MD.
And counseling patients like 28-year-old Brittany Suggs, who had hit bottom in Georgia and flew to Florida for a last chance at a new start.
I always knew there was something off about him, but I couldn't put my finger on it. But every time I would ask him, like, how old he was, where he graduated from high school, where he went to medical school, he would beat around the bush.
Suggs says Love-Robinson counseled her for an hour each week, talked to her doctor, and asked personal questions. Eventually, she got suspicious.
I feel like violated. I feel angry about it.
She wasn't the only New Directions patient shocked to later learn that the program director, who was briefly promoted to clinical director, was not a licensed doctor.
At first, I kind of laughed it off. Then I really thought about what it meant that he was a fake doctor and how much he knew about me and other patients and other friends of mine. And I got furious. Felt so violated.
So how was this teenager with no credentials able to pose as a medical professional and to counsel vulnerable patients?
He fooled all of us.
Dr. Lisa Sassetti says Love-Robinson told her he had a PhD in psychology and he'd been raised in France.
When he came to us, he said he was 28 and that he was sick for 10 years in France, and that when he came to the United States, that they made a mistake and put his date of arrival on the birth certificate instead of his date of birth.
Here's the application form with 2 separate birth dates. Love-Robinson also provided a diploma from Arizona State University, awarding him a PhD in psychology, and transcripts, documents the Florida Department of Health later determined were fake. Sassetti says she even has an unexplained charge on her credit card from next day diplomas. And according to Boynton Beach Police, that's not all the teen used her credit card for. Their arrest report claims Love-Robinson used Sassetti's bank account to pay cell phone companies, car insurers, credit cards, internet providers, and paid a car dealer more than $28,000 for his new Nissan. Charges totaling over $42,000. When Sassetti says she confronted him, the police report says Love-Robinson wrote her a check for $5,800, which bounced. Sassetti went to police, and after months of investigation, Love-Robinson now faces additional grand theft and fraud charges.
He was sloppy, and he got caught.
Virginia court officials tell us Love-Robinson will stay in their custody on their new charges until his next hearing in November, unless prosecutors here and in Virginia work out a different arrangement to bring him back here to face trial first. Terri Parker, WPBF 25 News.